Good morning, welcome to Southport Drones. Today's episode we're going to be talking about helipads, landing pads, and why you should be using one. Not being judgmental or anything, I'm just saying they're a good idea. Now there are dozens of kinds of landing pad on the market. They come in all shapes and sizes and lots of different colours. They usually have their own little carry bag and some stakes to fix it to the ground so it doesn't blow away. They're easy to unfold, relatively easy to fold back up, and there are 7 reasons why you should be using one.
Now there are quite a few of these on the market in various different colours and shapes and sizes. This one's reversible, comes in orange and blue, but you can get them in green and yellow and black and various different colours. The first reason you need to be using one of these is dust and dirt. Anything small and bits of grass, especially if you're taking off on gravel or sandy areas, the dust will get straight up into your gears and your motors, and possibly even into the battery bay. That causes wear and tear on your motors. It could shut one down in flight if you're not careful as well. So the first reason you need to do it is prevent damage to your own aircraft, which makes common sense. It provides a focus point. So if you're perhaps flying FPV, you might not want to be actually in the shot, but you need to know roughly where your aircraft is in relation to you. And having a landing pad put down, that gives you a point of reference to return to, or you can even rotate around it, do orbits and things around it, but it provides a point of reference while you're flying, especially if you're flying FPV. A flat, level surface. When you first take off, your drone needs to calibrate itself with a level so that it can hover without moving left or right or forward, and being able to do this on a wider area than just a small sort of like putting on a brick or a car mat or something. This gives you a bit more of a flat surface, and if you can even level it out with a spirit level app on your phone, or if you've got a spirit level, you can make sure it's dead level. So if you're doing a geo compass calibration or just the gyro calibration, you need to make sure it's level so that the aircraft knows what's flat and what isn't.
It also gives good ground clearance for gimbals that calibrate themselves on startup without the terrain obstructing them. You don't want grass and pebbles stopping the gimbal moving around while it's trying to calibrate.
DJI type drones will rise up about 30 feet, and they will take photographs of the landing area that they took off from in order to do a precision landing, so they can get back to exactly where you took off from. Now, giving you a nice target like this to take a photograph of, rather than just grass or gravel, which they're pretty good at photographing, but the larger the target, the better the clearer the target you put down, the more likely your aircraft is to land exactly where you took it off, rather than 2 or 3 feet either side. And you don't want to be landing in dirt and grass for the same reasons as we explained in reason number 1. You don't want dirt getting into your aircraft.
Desert dwelling graboids hate metal rimmed orange circles. Since I've been using this landing pad orange side down, I have not been attacked by a graboid. Little known fact I learned from Kevin Bacon. True story.
It designates a landing area, so it can let the public know if there are any dog walkers or anyone else around where you are. It lets them know that this is where you're landing. They can see what you're doing, and it also, to a certain extent, deters people from coming up to you while you're flying, because they can see that you're operating and that you're not just some sort of weekend jockey. You've got a landing pad, you know what you're doing. So it can deter the public from approaching you if that's what you want, and prevent them asking questions while you're trying to fly for health and safety reasons. You don't really want people talking to you while you're controlling an aircraft that might, just fly into their face or something. So you really want to deter from people approaching you as much as possible.
If you insist on using headless mode and 1 key return, and for the love of God, why would you do that? It's important to realise that the direction of both of these pointless functions is determined on the direction of your quad once you bind the quad to the transmitter. So you line up the quad on your H so that your aircraft is in the direction you know, and you will at least have some idea of the direction your quad should but won't return in when you press the 1 key return button. Just say no to headless mode, kids. So there we go. 7 reasons why you should be using a landing pad. I'm Steve for Southpaw Drones. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Southpaw Drones. Fly safe.